reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
You're logging into your favorite game, grinding out some gear. A couple of points added to your stats, and you have a virtual beer. Max level is pretty cool, but I'll remind you here, my friend. These games are not about the goal, it's about the journey and not the end.
You're listening to MMO Reporter, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. And by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon with Doghouse Systems.
Don't forget about your ults you need to cherish. Each and every little character you've got, no matter what level they're at. Don't forget about your ults you need to cherish. Each and every little...
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of MMO Reporter. We are on episode 240. What a big number. That just makes me feel all tiny and insignificant in this universe. This week we are in an interesting configuration for MMO Reporter due to various bits of Hollywood and surgery and holidays and everything. We are in a unique spot. So this week we have the Matt-iest of the MMO Matties joining us here all the way from Crowfall Reporter. MMO Matt, thanks for joining me here tonight.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is new.
Helping to have a show.
Yeah, that's about it. A show.
It is a show. So thank you very much for joining us here. As a lot of you know, we're recording on American Thanksgiving tonight, so most of the gaming universe is stuffed with turkey right now and experiencing some manner of meat coma. So
turkey coma.
Funny enough, we had to scrape a little bit to find some news stories this week because, believe it or not, game developers eat turkey too sometimes.
Tis true, I'm sure. Although all you Americans doing this weird Thanksgiving thing in November, I don't understand it.
Oh, I know. It's so cold and everything.
Yeah.
You can't even go outside. So
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, while we're not going outside, what kind of things have you been doing inside while playing games, Matt?
Well, technically, the first one I've been doing isn't quote unquote inside. I have been traveling around ingressing, making life annoying for my resistance foes. Go enlightened. Yay.
Excellent.
Yeah, playing a lot of that, hacking stuff, Darkest Dungeon. Oh,
I feel like the ingress thing is that is such an amazing commentary on life, that your sole purpose in life is just to make everybody else's life slightly more annoying.
Yeah, well, it is a legit game style for a lot of games, is it not? Mm-hmm. You know, you either play to win or play to piss off the other side.
Play to not lose and be annoying.
Yeah, it's legit. Mm-hmm. Totally legit. I almost made one of the local guys quit because of something I did in game.
Oh my!
Oh yeah. Anyway,
is there a story here, or is that
there is? I don't know that we should go into detail right now, though.
Okay.
Suffice it to say, I am somewhat annoying to the other team in Ingress locally. Yes.
Okay. I won't throw you under the bus.
Just in case, somebody out there is listening and can get them a message. Anyway, not important.
All right.
Also have been I did a few Darkest Dungeon runs. They actually had one of the new levels come out quite a while ago, and I haven't actually touched on it very much at all. So I hit that a little bit and destroyed some fishmen and flying squid that electrocute you and stuff like this. Still love it. Still fantastic. Still makes me cry anytime one of my characters dies that I put any time and effort into at all. It sucks.
Oh,
I know. First run back, I died horribly. It was great. Not so much. And then the other one, I actually just randomly found it and was like, hey, that looks cool. I downloaded onto my phone Star Wars Heroes. So squad-based tactical, well, not really tactical. You just stand there and shoot at each other. Squad-based, collect different characters, build them up, add gear, yada, yada, yada. Nothing really earth-shattering that I'm seeing. It's been fun, though. I've leveled up very quickly, and I can now do dark side missions, and yeah.
Oh, cool. So worthwhile?
Yeah, definitely worth the price.
Worth the $0?
Worth the $0 for sure. Of course, you can always spend money and get fancy new stuff, but I'll see how I do without dropping any money in it.
See, that's always the challenge, and that's, I think, I don't want to say the fatal flaw, but I think it's a flaw with mobile games as a whole, because the challenge is always, okay, what can I get away with without spending a dime?
Yep.
And that's my own personal challenge. And usually, rather than admit that I have to spend a dime, I'll quit and move on to the next free game.
Yep. Exactly. And that's honestly, it's funny, going back to Ingress a little bit, they recently, in one of their newest updates, they added a store. So there are now features and items and bits you can buy, which have never been there before. And the whole community was up in arms, but apparently people are buying stuff. So, yeah.
So is it buy to win kind of thing? Like, is it?
No, not an Ingress. Not at all. There's just things like key lockers that you stash your portal keys and they don't count towards your total item total and stuff like that. Somewhat useful things if you want to spend the money. I don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
So that's basically it. It's been a fairly light gaming week for me too. I've looked longingly at my computer. I've looked longingly at new fancy 4K monitors. But that's been about it. So yeah. How about you?
For me, it was pretty straightforward. I'm still feeding my Guild Wars 2 addiction, although I think I'm starting to bust out of it. I'm now, instead of scrambling to squeeze every moment I can into Guild Wars 2, I'm finding that I'm reading some books and I'm watching the odd show here or there and that kind of thing. So I think the initial rush of Guild Wars 2 is from the expansion launch is starting to wear off me a bit, which I still think makes it a good expansion. I got a lot of time. I think I've already got my money's worth and a whole lot more out of that expansion, even at its inflated price. So I've had a lot of fun there. I've basically got my Revenant running around kind of top levels stuff. I've got it I don't know. It's really hard to get geared in Guild Wars 2 because there's always something else to get. But for the most part, I like my gear and I like my Revenant. I've got so many comments on the skin or the armor skins that I've got on it now. I look like a bit of a badass. So I approve of that. So I've been having a lot of fun there. And not much else. I've been looking longingly at Elite Dangerous. We're going to talk about that probably a couple of times in the show here. But also hovering over the Sword Coast Legends icon and the Heroes of Might and Magic 7 icon.
Ooh, actually, that jogged my memory. I did try to do a little bit of solo Sword Coast Legends and failed utterly at that too. I just kind of dabbled in for a couple of minutes and sorry, didn't mean to steal. It's all about what you're doing. I apologize.
Well, now I have no thunder. I don't even know what to do.
I'm sorry, Bill. I'm sorry. See, this is why they don't let me on this show. I just come in and start. Yeah.
That was not adorable. I'm not even going to give you adorable points for that.
Oh, man.
But you know who does get adorable points are all the fantastic folks that have signed up to be Patreons for MMO Reporter. I just want to give a shout out to all those fantastic 29 people there. We really appreciate it. It's helping us
29 super awesome people.
Pardon me, 31 super awesome people. We have crossed to 31 and they're all just wonderful. Thank you very much.
I apologize to the 2 that I didn't include in my 29. All 31 of you are awesome.
Exactly. Thank you very much, everyone. We love it. It's very humbling that people are willing to help us out here and help us keep going and everything like that. I love it. I've said it many times before. Chris says it every show. So thank you very much, everyone. And let's jump into a little bit of news.
Yeah.
here we go. We're jumping into sale season in not even MMO land, really in gaming land in general. Although the sale landscape looks like it's going to be changing pretty wildly. Over on Eurogamer, they reported that the Steam sales for this year are going to be taking on a whole new format. So, you know, Matt, like in the past, when a Steam sale comes on, the big Steam sales, like the winter sale or Christmas sale or whatever you want to call it, and the big summer sale and that kind of thing. Typically what you get is you get big, massive, insane discounts on 24-hour sales. And then you have a few sales that last kind of the duration of the sale period and that kind of thing. But it's the daily sales were the big deal. And
you have to sit there and be like, okay, what's coming next? And
I'd always check right at 10 a.m. and make sure that see what was new and exciting, like, because it almost felt like there was a little bit of scarcity that if you didn't jump on it quickly, there wouldn't be anything. Well, guess what? That's not a thing anymore. There are no more daily sales. Right now, whatever sale price you're going to be putting on your game is held for the duration of the sale. Now, games will get highlighted at different times so that they'll show up on the front page of the Steam store and that kind of thing. But otherwise, it's just on sale. So if you've got it in your wish list, or if you're otherwise just tripping over it, if you miss day 3 of the sale, you can come back on day 5 and it's still there at the same price.
You'll still get it for the same price.
Which to me just feels like a wild culture shift.
No more going, oh my God, I have to buy it right now because it's going to not be there. Yeah,
it is. And I mean, to me, that's the big thing is that all of a sudden there used to be a kind of an urgency to buy this when it comes up on sale. And I have a feeling that's probably why, or one of the big reasons why there's so many people out there with gigantic Steam libraries of games that they've never played because it popped up at a price that seems insane. And you feel like if you don't jump on it now, it's never going to be that cheap again, ever.
And I'm at the other end of that spectrum where I notice it's on sale and miss it completely. Mm-hmm. I end up going back to it too late and going, mm-hmm. And so that's why my Steam library isn't like that. There aren't very many games I haven't played.
I always gird my wallet and realize, okay, I'm just going to be a little bit more broke than I was before. By the end of this Steam sale, we're just going to have to deal with it. My hard drive's going to be a little bit more full, and that's just the way of it. So that to me is I don't know, a pretty wild change. So they did now announce, and obviously this is old news now, but the fall sale is starting on November 25th, which is yesterday of our recording day. So, but now I could just leisurely go in and it's going to run through December 1st, by the way. So it's not completely leisurely, but I could just wander in. I looked at my wish list and there's tons of good stuff on sale there. And some of the sales are actually really good. Elite Dangerous is on a big sale right now for those of you pondering Elite Dangerous, but it is just the base game.
Yeah. And I'm torn because I really want to get my hooks into Elite Dangerous. It has been on my wish list for I don't even know how long, forever. And for $15, do I bite the bullet and just get that and figure out Horizons later so I can start playing and having fun, or do I wait?
Well, and that's the question. Personally, if you are Elite curious, then I would say jump in. $15 is a pretty good deal. And you still get the entire base game, and there's still a lot to that game. It's still very good space combat. It's still kind of hard. Like if you don't have like a Star Citizen or another game that you're kind of playing in that vein, this feels a really nice niche for me. I really enjoy my time when I get into Elite Dangerous. And really it's the bait for Horizons when it comes out and that kind of thing. So that's where Frontier is coming from, is that they want to get it there. But keep an eye on it. We mentioned on the show, it's the MMO Reporter Game of the Year for 2014. So this is about as good a deal as you're going to get probably until about this time next year.
Yep. I may pull the trigger.
So
very good chance.
Anyway, just to wrap that up too, the Steam Winter Sale, the big sale, is going to run from December 22nd through January 6th. Now, the where all this is coming from is apparently a newsletter that was actually sent out to Steam developers and publishers and that kind of thing. And their quote on this is that they're calling it not a major change, which sounds like BS to me, but whatever. It's basically what they want from all these publishers and developers is that to come up with the best price for that game. So they're encouraging you, okay, so for this is sale time. This is not a mini sale time. This is still a Steam sale. It's still the biggest discount we can put together. It's the best price. And then in brackets that you are okay running for a period of 14 days or whatever it works out to be. So it's still there. So they're still encouraging deep discounts and everything like that, which is what Steam sales are really for. But I kind of wonder if this is the end of like absolutely insane prices, like looking at a game that's normally $20 and seeing it appear for $3 and that kind of thing. And now Steam sales are going to be like reasonable sales where it's like, oh, that's an okay deal. I like that game. I might get it in 3 or 4 days.
After I think about it long and hard.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be an interesting experiment. I mean, obviously, if sales are way down or if they're not making much money or anything like that after the Christmas sale, this is a policy that'll get changed pretty quick. But yeah, we'll see.
We will indeed. Yeah.
Vote with your wallet, people. Anyway, so that's I will just wanted to jump in with a couple quick words from our sponsors here. I wanted to mention audible.com for all your audiobook needs is the place to go. If you're interested, if you're looking for something to listen to and just a little bit of background noise while you're playing MMOs or something like that, head over to audiblepodcast.com/MMO Reporter and sign up for an account there. Get set up.
Free audiobook if you use that code too for if you sign up for a new account. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
First audiobook. Fantastic for driving. And the Harry Potter series is now available on Audible as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Narrated by Jim Dale. And yeah, I mean, if you're from the Harry Potter generation and you haven't read it for a while, this is the chance. This is the chance to fill that gap. So check it out, audiblepodcast.com/MMO Reporter. Also, visit the fine folks over at Doghouse. If you're looking for a fantastic boutique computer system, something that you can kind of customize, build up yourself with from a company with a great reputation, head over to Doghouse Systems and configure up your system. And once you've got your dream machine all entered in and you're ready to check out, use the coupon code MMO Reporter to tack an extra 120 gig SSD onto your purchase, which is just going to be a nice, speedy little cache for all your extra games. It's perfect for Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 runs beautiful on 120 gig SSDs. I don't know.
I thought you were coming out of your addiction.
No, let's be real.
Fair enough.
This is me we're talking about. So anyway, thank you, sponsors.
Indeed. So next on the list, massively OP's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, MMO sales and deals report. There are definitely some cool things going on here. There's the Elite Dangerous thing going on, under $15 on Steam. We already talked about that. Mm-hmm. WoW is cheap base game for $5 and Warlords of Draenor for $12.50. Mm-hmm.
That is a really cheap level to get into World of Warcraft because Warlords of Draenor is this expansion that came out just last year for those that aren't WoW aware. And if you're, if I remember right, Blizzard is still one of the companies that gives you a free 30 days. It is still subscription, but it gives you a free 30 days when you purchase. So if you're looking to kind of jump in over the holidays, and kind of get ready for the next expansion after that, the big demon expansion that I'd completely slipped off my radar. But yeah, that's actually a really good deal.
Totally.
I do not hate that.
Well, that's good. And then, of course, they also have 30% off loot, so plushies and hoodies and all that good stuff. So if that's your jam, you can get that for cheap too. Yeah. What else is grabbing your eyes there?
Secret World is on for half off on Steam right now. For those of you that kind of want to hop into Secret World, that's one that's always high on everyone's playlist here. Guild Wars 2 is apparently giving away freebies in game starting on Friday through, I believe it's Sunday or Monday. I actually missed it, but yeah, just little Black Lion Shop freebies, which is always nice to see.
I'm going to go log in.
WildStar's running an experience boost event, which is unfortunately going to be over by the time this podcast probably hits the interwebs, but good on WildStar for that. What else is
Trove
anyway,
Block Friday patch, 50% off sales for some packs and costumes. I know there are some MMO Reporter people that really like that game. So yeah.
What else is good? Arc is on for 40% off there. I know Leonor's been big into Arc for a while, so there's a chance to get into that.
Lotro has some discounted store points bundles. I've heard a rumor that there's some people on from MMO Reporter that kind of like that game.
Now that was the seed for MMO Reporter. Back in the day, when the internet was young, we started talking about Lord of the Rings online.
That was awesome. Well done.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'll keep that one in the can. And I just did final quick mention here. Heroes of the Storm has a bunch of 50% off sales as well too. So if you're Heroes of the Storm kind of player, that's there for you as well. So anyway, check it out. Massively OP is usually pretty good about coming up with these kind of amalgamated sale stuff. If you come across a really good deal, tweet it to us. Tweet it at MMO_reporter.com, and we would love to hear about it. And anyway, moving on. We're just getting into some quick mentions here. Again, short show. Sorry, quit having Thanksgiving, and we'll be happy to get some more news in there.
And new guy who doesn't know what he's doing too. Yay!
Yeah, there you go. We got the rookie squad here. Anyway, Secret World announced put out their November developer update. They're actually putting in some couple of pretty big features in there. They're adding the ability to purchase gifts in the in-game store, which is pretty cool. And they're adding a dungeon finder to the game, which to me seems like a late addition, but a great addition. That I know you have or have not played Secret World before there, Matt?
I know of the game, am interested in playing it, have not done so.
Okay. Anyway, we recommend it. The MMO Reporter crew highly recommends Secret World. No, it's actually a pretty good game. If you're looking for something that's a little bit different than your standard swords and sorcery kind of game, this is a really good way to step in. So they good content, interesting background. It's an interesting character development system. It's you could do some amazing customization in there. It's very cool. So, but anyway, so Dungeon Finder is one more step for that to kind of help a game. It's a game that's been around for several years now. I think we're coming up to its third year now, or it's well into its third year, pardon me. And so the Dungeon Finder will be a nice boost for that to kind of help you find other people in the game. Also kind of interesting too is the in-game store gifting. And I've never really considered that before, but this is actually kind of an interesting one because Secret World's content is all kind of created in chapters that you purchase or episodes or whatever you want to call it. So it's the kind of thing where if you're playing with somebody who doesn't maybe have the chapter that you want to play on, you don't even have to sit back and wait for them to hum and haw and maybe get it next payday or something like that. If you're ready to run a dungeon or run something with them, buy them that episode, shoot it straight over to their account and call it done. I think that's actually a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, so check that out. We'll have a link in the show notes, obviously, to the announcement. There's a whole bunch more in that dev update, but I thought those were the two prime pieces.
Awesome. Next on the list, there is no other way to call it than what we've called it. It is the MMO mouse from hell. Or heaven, if you're feeling really good about this. It made me, I stopped. I couldn't talk.
It's stunning, is what it is.
Ridiculous.
So what it is, it's the Elecom Dux, as in not the flying bird, but DUX. And it's a 19 button mouse. That's right. There are 19 buttons on this mouse. So this is getting beyond that Razer Naga kind of thing. It's got two scroll wheels, not just one, but three scroll wheels if you want to count the regular thumb wheel, but it's got two sideways scroll wheels as well. Which is just crazy. And it's the best feature that this is just mind-boggling because it makes so much sense and it's still kind of crazy. Is it's a wireless mouse with a cord. Why a cord, you might ask? Because the cord. Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say, because you can play it, you can use it alternately on two computers. So you can use one wired to the computer and the other one wirelessly. So you can switch back and forth and dual box with ease with this thing.
This is the first peripheral I've ever seen that seems to be specifically designed to support MMO dual boxing. Like it looks like it would work. I mean, I can't imagine many MMOs left out there where 19 buttons wouldn't be enough for you to get by. And you've got the built-in dual computer connection right there, the toggle, it's nuts. I recommend just checking it out just to see it, because it's a sight to see. Just
I was stunned. I couldn't speak when I saw it, the picture.
Yeah.
I would be so lost using this mouse, not going to lie.
Yeah, this is very cool. So yeah, if you're looking for, I would actually love to get my hands on this just to test it. Anyway,
I don't know that I don't know that this is available over here yet, but I can't remember the actual price in yen, but it worked out to about $119 US.
Yeah.
To buy it. So $120.
But yeah.
Well, about $115, $120 once it's over here. It's ridiculous. Look at it, people. Look at it.
Yeah. And from the once too often to the well file, this game out there by the name of Stash. So you might have heard of it because it's probably been in the news 3 other times as a game that's this is a serial Kickstarter. This game it's just completed its 4th Kickstarter. Stash is a what kind of game is it? I think it's
tabletop themed MMO.
Yeah.
With what was it, RPG elements as well, or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, so it's tabletop, like figurine looking. Yeah.
Anyway, it's the real important piece of all this is that it's now completed 4 different Kickstarters. And I kind of thought that was interesting because at what point is it okay or is it not okay to continue going to the Kickstarter well? At what point have you just you tried to grab too much?
Well, so honestly, in the developer and publisher, in their defense, this last campaign, they say it was just to give people one more kick at the can at getting the Kickstarter rewards. They only set their total at $1,000, but still managed to raise over $13,000 additionally.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's fine. If this is just a way for them to try to sell it to everybody again or get into Kickstarter rewards again, that's okay, quote unquote okay. But what about the other 3 times? Like, how many times? Like, to me, it feels like there's a little bit of an imperative in there that if you're going to put something up on Kickstarter, that you ask for the amount of money that you need to make what you're trying to make. And I realize that in a lot of cases, for games, that's a huge dollar amount that's not even reasonable. And the mechanics of Kickstarter are that if you don't meet your goal, you don't get your money.
Yeah.
But at the flip side, I don't know. It feels like it's almost like microtransactions for crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Or micro crowdfunding. Is that what we're doing now? I need $1,000 to do this week of development. Oh, I need $1,000 to do the next week, and a continual motion like that. I don't know. It feels.
I'm
off.
scrolling through the comments, and I found one that I really liked it. It says, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, sell me some oceanfront property in Arizona. Fool me 4 times. Wait, what? Seriously?"
Yes, thank you, Doug from Earth, on the MMO and massively OP comments there. So
that was fantastic.
Anyway, I don't know. So what do you think? Is it okay? Is it okay to just keep going to the well, and as long as people are willing to pay, it's okay to take their money?
Like, I mean, in this case, $1,000. Mm-hmm. Really, that amount doesn't say, "Hey, we need more money to grab the game." Develop the game. That amount. I tend to believe what they're saying. Yes, it was just kind of, hey, this is another opportunity to get the Kickstarter rewards. Mm-hmm. Still, I mean, obviously there was people out there that wanted it because they raised, I don't know, over $13,000. Mm-hmm. And they blew their tiny little goal out of the water. So in this case, like, yeah, roll with it. I got no problem with it, really.
There you go. I guess if it's there, take it.
Yeah.
Speaking of if it's there, Elite Dangerous, which we mentioned a couple times already now, is I just put up their 100th newsletter for those of you that have been following Elite over the years. Basically, they just a couple of small announcements in there. One is the system specs for Horizons, which was downright reasonable. They did not make the announcement for the system specs that are going to be for the 4K version of Elite Dangerous or for the virtual reality version of Elite Dangerous. So that's still being figured out. But if you just want to sit down, play Horizons, land on an asteroid, that kind of thing, you're going to need some version of 64-bit Windows that's not XP or Vista. So sorry, XP and Vista people. You just need a quad-core something processor. You'll need 6 gigs of RAM and a graphics card newer than a NVIDIA GTX 470 or AMD 7240. So basically anything that can support DX11. Which is, I mean, really, if you have a video card that's, I don't know, 4-ish years old, then you're probably fine.
Yeah,
so,
I might be able to run this. Yeah,
there you go. So that's the minimum. The recommended is basically the same with 8 gigs of RAM and a newer video card. The more video card, the better is basically the science of it.
I was going to say, but isn't that just a thing anyway? Basically,
that's basically life. You don't need Elite Dangerous to tell you that you need a better video card. That's just one of those things you need.
It's like cowbell. It's like cowbell. More video card
and bacon.
Yes, exactly. More bacon.
Yeah. And finally, speaking of more bacon, actually, I have no idea what it has to do with bacon. World of Warcraft turned 11 just this other week. 11 years old. It's in grade 6.
It's starting to flirt with puberty.
Yeah, it's got hair where it didn't have hair before.
Yeah,
it's.
I would officially call it a preteen.
Yeah. That's to be that actually doesn't seem that long ago. I feel like World of Warcraft should be older than it actually is, but I checked the calendar and it is right. So there you go. Put that into a little bit of gaming perspective for everybody who was there on World of Warcraft launch day. You've been an MMO player for 11 years now.
Yeah.
Or more. So anyway, as you ponder your mortality and everything like that, why don't we feed you a little bit of contact information? You want to let her rip there, Matt?
You betcha. To get in touch with us, we have a plethora of ways to get in touch with us. If you'd like to tell us what you thought about the show, how I did as a rookie on MMO Reporter here, that'd be awesome.
By the way.
Oh, thank you. You can check out our website, MMOreporter.com. You can send us emails, MMO.reporter@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/MMO Reporter. And of course, all in the Twitterverse @MMO_Reporter. And then, of course, there is the plethora of normal hosts. There is Harry @Harry Hall, HOL, Leonor @Leonor, and, of course, my lovely, lovely, adorable host @MMO Bill, and myself @MMO Matty. If you feel like tweeting at us, please do say. You can as well give us a shout. I didn't even know this was a thing till tonight, but apparently it is. You can call and leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778. As well, you can find all of our videos on YouTube at youtube.com/MMO Reporter Network. Our Patreon, thank you again, you lovely, lovely 31 people, www.patreon.com/MMO Reporter. And any support questions you can't figure out why your video isn't playing and you think it's our fault, MMOreporter.com/support.
Either that, or that's where you can support the MMO Reporter Network in ways other than Patreon.
Okay, I didn't know that. My bad. Well, forget it.
You do.
If the video doesn't work, it's not our fault. It's yours. So there. Ha.
In the nicest way possible.
Except for you 31 people that are supporting us on Patreon. It's definitely our fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you for stepping up to the plate, Matt, and helping us keep the old bits rolling on the MMO Reporter Network.
I'm not sure what I contributed, but I guess I contributed something. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, Lane. Oh, no. Harry, thanks. Oh, no, wait. Chris, you were just, oh, no, you weren't even here. And Bill, thanks for showing up, Bill.
Yes.
You did a great job tonight.
You were awesome, Bill.
Oh, shucks, darn. Anyway, thanks very much for everybody who are giving us a listen. I hope you all safely consumed your turkey or whatever else you're eating on this fantastic holiday that may not necessarily be from your country, but you know what? We still love you anyway. Really enjoyed doing the show. Thanks everybody again for listening, and we hope to see you in game.
Don't forget about your ults you need to cherish. Each and every little character you've got, no matter what level they're at. Don't forget about your ults you need to cherish. Each and every little character you've got.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.